Heavy parry will give you a 12 damage light, direction doesn't matter. Keep in mind that you can punish heavies for 20 damage if you crush and counter them. Guard break will give you a 12 damage light, direction doesn't matter. Throwing an opponent into a wall will always give you a 30 damage heavy, direction doesn't matter. You can also get a 30 damage offensive heavy if you enter offensive stance immediately after the throw and then let it out as soon as possible. After getting a light parry, you can enter offensive stance and let out an offensive heavy as soon as possible. This will be 30 damage and direction doesn't matter. The timing is quite strict though, and it's quite easy to mess up. You can also get an offensive stance kick. This will also give you a 30 damage heavy, so it doesn't really change anything except for you get a little bit of stam drain. Off of both offensive stance kick and offensive stance grab, you can get an offensive stance heavy for 30 damage. Direction doesn't matter. Offensive stance kick is guaranteed off of grab, so you can get the heavy plus a stam drain from the kick. While you're out of stamina, you can get a neutral light off of a guard break. This will be 12 damage. Direction doesn't matter. Throwing an opponent into a wall while you're out of stamina will always give you a 30 damage heavy, regardless of guard direction or throw distance to the wall or throw direction. Just don't change your guard after the throw or the heavy will be blockable. Parrying a light while you're out of stamina will always give you a 12 damage light of your own. Direction doesn't matter. Throwing an opponent while they're out of stamina will give you two options. You can go for a light into an offensive stance heavy. This will be 42 damage and will allow you to stay in offensive stance and continue your offense. The second option is to do a neutral light into a top heavy. This will also do 42 damage and will cost less stamina, but it does not flow into offensive stance, meaning you won't be able to continue your offense as easily. Both of these punishes will not work if you throw them to the right. The first light will whiff, causing you to only get 30 damage. Parrying an out of stamina opponent will give you the same options of either going into a neutral light and then a top heavy, or going into a light and then an offensive heavy.